Okay, we're here with Ron Gustafson, who is the Director of Marketing and Public Relations here at Quassy Amusement Park. So Ron, we've been talking for a little bit here. We're by the field by Wooden Warrior, which I rode 3 times today. It really is a great ride. So talk to our viewers a little bit about Quassy Amusement Park and what the park is.
Well, the park dates back to 1908. And we're one of 11 remaining trolley parks in the United States. And if you don't know what a trolley park is, trolley parks were owned and operated by the electrified rail lines years ago, and they built amusement parks at the end of their lines to generate weekend traffic when they weren't operating in the cities. So before the Great Depression, there were more than 1,000 such parks in the U.S., most of which were in the eastern part of the United States. Out of the 11 remaining today, only one is west of the Mississippi, and that's Oaks out in Oregon.
Okay.
So we're one of that handful left. We're family-owned, which is unusual in the industry now. And the same family has owned and operated the property since 1937, and we're into 4th generation with the Francis and Anderson ownership now. So
wow.
It's really unique and a privilege to be associated with a property like this one.
Absolutely. It's certainly a lot of great history here, and it's in a fantastic setting, plenty of trees. The lake is absolutely beautiful, and the paddle boats. I really, really do enjoy this park. How long have you been here?
I stepped in here Labor Day 2002.
Okay. Wow.
The owners brought me in because they had a vision, a long-term plan at that point. And they wanted to start developing water attractions, and in 2003 they introduced Saturation Station, which is the modular water play area over in Splashaway Bay, which is the expanded water park now. So their vision included long-term plans, Wooden Warrior, a lot of other improvements, and as you know, just a couple weeks ago they announced another multi-year plan for many, many more improvements in years to come.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about what's new for this year, 2015. We rode Frantic, and there's also the Junior Bumper Car. So talk a little bit about those.
Yeah, Frantic is a great ride. It's we call it 360 degrees of pure adrenaline, and you probably know that rush after going on it. And it's the only ride of its type right now in New England.
Wow.
We purchased it last August. We cut the paperwork on it, and then actually when we were at IAPA last November, we met with Visa International there out of Italy, and we had a press conference there to really formally introduce the ride. It's a great attraction, family ride.
Yes.
And the kiddie bumper cars also filled a big niche for us, because when you have bumper cars, most of them are designed for drivers of 52 inches and nobody under 48 or 42 inches that can ride. So that was always a sticking point with our guests, because the youngsters couldn't go on the bumper cars. So by getting the Visa bumper cars at the same time for the kids, as you can see, they run full all the time. So that's been a great addition, and our guests tell us time and again, thank you for doing that. It's expensive, but certainly worth the investment. At a family property like this.
Right, and I saw those, and I took some video clips of those, and it looked like all the kids were just having a great time. The parents really loved just looking on, and you could see they were just everyone was all smiles.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about Frantic? What's your take on the experience? I loved it. The sensation that you're hanging upside down was just really thrilling, and really nothing like I've experienced before.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm termed as a ride guy in the industry. I always believe before you buy something outside of a roller coaster like Wooden Warrior, you've really got to ride it and go through it mechanically to see what it is before you invest in it in your property, because these rides are expensive nowadays, and you have to make sure it's the right fit for who and what you are.
Right.
So that's what we did with Frantic. We did our homework on it. We were able to go down to New Jersey last year and actually go on the very same piece that Visa had just brought into another property down there. We went through the mechanics on it first, and we rode it, and came back and we really felt, this is a good fit for us. And it's like nothing else in the area, so it's been very well received. it's a good repeat piece.
Mm-hmm.
The kids and the adults get right back in line for it, so we know that it's it's going to have some staying power.
Absolutely.
And that's important. Again, you just can't buy a piece and then keep it 2 years and try to swap it out. You've got to get some longevity out of this equipment because of the the costs associated with it.
Certainly. I think it's a really great addition. It looks beautiful where it's at, and it's just a lot of fun. So I rode Wooden Warrior 3 times today. It's a really, really great ride. You were talking a little bit about some of the construction of the ride and how unique the ride itself is. So talk a little bit about that.
Well, we started construction in August of 2010, and I don't know if you know Jeff Mason or not, who does the engineering, on-site engineering site work for the Gravity Group. I believe this was his 49th coaster he had started. Wow. Jeff was here the first day in August, and I spent a lot of time with him, did some stories on him and his work, and by September 1st, most of the concrete was in, and we had a pretty good fall. Some of the vents were put in by then, and then the worst winter in New England history up to that point settled in, and the construction crew was out here digging out 2 and 3 foot of snow in the mornings just to get to work again.
Wow.
But they made the deadline. We opened that following April on time.
Good.
And the Wooden Warrior has proven itself to be a fantastic ride. Right now it's rated 28th best in the world, according to one of our trade publications.
Yep.
So, we take that to heart, that we've got a small coaster. You look at both sides on that list, and there's some pretty big guns we're up against.
Yeah, there is, and I agree. It is a world-class ride. It is small, but it's very family-friendly, and it's very thrilling. A lot of great airtime, and it's very fast and a lot of fun. I certainly like it a lot. So you mentioned the 2016 and beyond plans. Do you want to talk a little bit about those?
Yeah, we announced just recently that we're going to be expanding the water park. Probably as early next year, we're going to bring in a series of smaller slides called Slide City for the youngsters, because we've got plenty of big slides over there right now. And then possibly 2017, we're going to put in a huge 3-slide project, all from ProSlide technology.
Wow.
And they've got a new slide that works as a big funnel and compresses the water as it goes down through and picks up speed. So this will be a new ride in the industry, and a very exciting ride here, along with 2 big serpentine style rides that'll eventually go into the water park. We've also purchased the old style taffing, pulling, and wrapping machines. In fact, the wrapping machine dates back to 1915.
Wow.
I've been at the facility in North Carolina twice with a gentleman who's rebuilding them, all the original specs. And it's going to be a showpiece here to see the taffy pulled in a mechanical puller, then wrapped on this mechanical machine. It rolls the candy, cuts it, and wraps it at the same time.
Wow.
And the taffy will be popular. And with that experience, we plan on building a brand new candy shop where the popcorn stand is now.
Okay.
That new building will be 2 floors, and the second floor will serve as human resources and training center for our staff.
Okay.
Also, another building going up will be what we're going to call the Splashaway Bay Cafe.
Oh, good.
Out on the beach area with a deck overlooking the lake.
Right.
So that'll service the new cabanas out there, the loungers, and everybody else who's in the beach and water park for the day with food and beverage. And then it'll be a nice evening on the deck as well up there for guests who want to use that.
And all of you out there, make sure you come here to Quassy Amusement Park in Middlebury, Connecticut, correct?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much, Ron.